the countries where we can export are Spain, USA, UAE. The Middle East has a major demand of saffron, and then USA and Europe.
Yeah, Deepanshu, I have two questions. See, nowadays, one side we are telling to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and carbon emissions and all. What is the impact of your aeroponic? I think you told you are using electricity and generator and all. So what is the greenhouse?
So basically, by using the aeroponic, we are reducing like 90% water. Like in aeroponic, 90% less water is required as compared to the traditional.
The water, okay. Water use we can reduce, but I am asking about particularly greenhouse gas emission.
Sir, right now, sir, we don't have that much capital, so we are using that power backup. But as the capital comes, we will plan some solar panels and all for using that power backup system.
Okay. And also, you told like you will be pricing your Jaffa 7.5 lakhs. So what will do if competitors reduce? See, business means competition only, no?
Yes.
So definitely, if you price at 7.5 like others also, Sheshadar also, they will have separate ideas to reduce price and competition.
Sir,
what is your
so as our USP is blockchain here, so none of the competitor is using that for the quality purpose. So we are like fully transparent that you can scan this and you will get to know the composition of our saffron. So we are the first player, so we have the first mover advantage in that. And for example, like if someone wants glucose biscuits, so they will first prefer Parle-G because they have the trust and they were the first mover. No one, like there are more players like Tiger Biscuits, Sunfish. So like that we are the first mover, and whenever they think about the trust and the best quality saffron, then only the Zafara will come in their mind. That's our plan.
No, but for that time you have to market, no, you have to do some.
Yes.
So what is that thoughts in your mind? How you will promote your initiative?
Sir, initially, sir, there are workshops for doctor community, so we will target that workshops. Other than that, we are using the digital marketing also like LinkedIn, so many doctors are there, many groups are there on Facebook also, so we are going to target that. And as we have a certification of CFRA lab from FSSAI, not any private lab certification, so our certification is also more authentic. So we will use these techniques, these marketing terms for that doctor community and the pharmaceutical companies.
Thank you.
You said this aeroponic, right?
Yes, sir.
So how would you measure the quality in aeroponic? Is it better than the naturally growth saffron?
Yes, sir. Sir, in naturally, sir, because of climate changes, then the quality of soil, the composition changes. But as it is an indoor system, like full climate is in our control. So as I have mentioned here, that initially like 22 degrees Celsius is required, but after 15 to 20 days when the flowering starts, it requires 15 to 16 degrees Celsius. So by using the sensors, we can accurately monitor this temperature, and by using the controllers, we can just manage this temperature. Then the humidity also like 60 to 70%. This is in our control. So the saffron which we will produce will be of best quality, as everything like all the temperature or humidity, that is in our control. So it will be the best thing.
So you said you would be first capturing B2B
Yes,
market. So what's the market strength of B2B?
Sir, like they will take our saffron in bulk quantity.
So I'm saying that by revenue, what is the market size?
Like for the consumption purpose?
B2B.
Yeah,
Market size of B2B of saffron.
So it's like 29%. Yes, pharmaceutical.
And 55% for food chain.
So 55% is foreigner and the household.
Yes.
And only 29% is for the pharmaceutical.
So households for them, they are like more towards the price, not the quality. But the pharmaceutical sector, they are more inclined towards the quality rather than the price. So we are first targeting that pharmaceutical sector. After scaling up, the production cost reduce. On that time we will target the household.
So you said some nutrients, no? I can see that part.
Yes.
So how the nutrition will be provided?
Like NPK is needed for traditional farming, for aeroponics also, but here we are using the mist system. The mist system will have a pre-dissolved solution, and all these pre-mixed solutions are already available in the market. Like for example, we search Radion as a company who is delivering a Blossom series for hydroponics and aeroponics production for a pre-dissolved nutrient set. So we'll mix in a certain quantity liter of water, and it will be sprayed through the automated mist system.
Which company?
It's Radion.
Okay, in controlled environment, if some disease comes, it spreads very fast. So entire crop may damage.
So for that we have introduced these chamber systems. For each room, we'll divide it in 3 chambers. So if the disease spread towards the one chamber, we have a thin fine glass separating the other 2 chambers. Like the whole bench gets rotted with the disease, other 2 will be safe, like the protection will be there. And for the disease purpose, we contacted a farmer in Maharashtra and we took his insights. So in aeroponics, within the controlled environment, only the humidity is the cause of the disease. But within the controlled environment, that fungus cannot generate because we are controlling the temperature. What is the cause of the disease is like while we talked him, he said the mother bulbs were melting up and he couldn't find the cause. But when we researched about it, it was during the transportation from Pangod is the maximum region which produced that particular bulbs. So while they're transporting, there could be humidity and unstable temperature in which the rhizoctonia fungus, Fusarium oxysporum fungus, which is responsible for wind, it occurs during transportation. And if it is not checked thoroughly, like we need a carbon testing solution, solution, and we need a 30-minute dip for planting into aeroponics.
But here precision means precision. It should be precisely think through. Otherwise, any manual mishandling will cause a huge loss.
For that, we have a sanitation room before entering the aeroponics. We'll divide it.
So why should pharmaceutical company take your product? They are already your competitors are already there, right?
So basically, the pharmaceutical companies, they are taking the imported saffron from the Iran. So it costs them high as compared to
the competitors, right? There were 4 competitors.
Yes, sir. Sir,
they are also doing the same method of irrigation.
Sir, they are doing that same thing, but they are not using this blockchain technology. So as we are we are having the proof and we are providing the QR code, means we are more transparent. We have the more confidence that we have used the best technique and we are more authentic as compared to them, because they are not even using this compositions of the saffron or using this like blockchain technologies. So the companies, they need to test those saffron by themselves only, but we are providing them all the certification before itself.
Okay. Thank you, Nafed.
With visionary B plan. We have witnessed some powerful ideas, deep research and passionate presentations in this session.
On behalf of the entire AGROVON team and C.C.S NIAM Jaipur, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors, Paradeep Phosphates Ltd, for supporting this platform for young entrepreneurs, our esteemed jury members for their valuable time, feedback and encouragement, and all the finalist teams for putting in their hard work and sharing their innovative ideas, and of course to our audience, both offline and online, for your presence and enthusiasm. With that, we formally conclude the Lakshya B-Plan Competition 2025. We hope this experience inspires everyone to keep thinking big and building bold.
It's time for lunch. We will continue after an hour. Thank you everyone.
एक मिनट सर, बोलो उनको सर प्लीज़ वेट। जाना है ना सर।
भाई वो पोस्ट हो गया पोस्ट हो गया मीडिया के पेज कैसे वो एडिट किया पैराग्राफ बहुत घटिया था इंग्लिश का पैराग्राफ बहुत घटिया था पहला ड्राफ्ट बहुत घटिया था ना सेकेंड थर्ड ड्राफ्ट
for supporting this competition and encouraging young minds to harness the power of data-driven decision making.
We are privileged to have with us an esteemed panel of jury members from PPL, Mr. Vinod Kumar Singh, Zonal Head Sales and Marketing, Mr. Satisha R. Sir, Joint General Manager Marketing Services, and Mr. Debashi Palit, Manager HRBP. Their expertise and industry experience will not only help in selecting the best teams, but will also inspire participants to sharpen their analytical and managerial skills.
Now, let me take you to the roles of the Manthan. We have 5 teams in this round. Each team will be given 8 minutes, and after that, a bell will be rang. 2 minutes will be given for the conclusion. After every presentation, there will be a short Q&A session from the jury. The teams will be evaluated on the basis of their data understanding, analytical depth, originality of insights, practicality of solutions, and presentation skills.
Without any further delay, let's begin the competition. I would like to invite Team Achievers, SPIT Mumbai, to come on to the stage and present their analysis.
Good afternoon, judges. And I'm present here. I'm Varshadan Singh and he is Laman Shah. We are team achievers from SPIT and we are here for Manthan data analysis competition. And we have chosen the topic name to be AgroGrow 360 mainly because we are going to look in this company from every angle. We are going to look into its products, its marketing skills, its dealers, and also its revenue stream. Now, before going into the detailed report, first let's see what actually AgroGrow company is. AgroGrow company is a fertilizer company basically situated in 3 regions which are Agra, Lucknow and Varanasi. It is mainly known for its strong reputation in crop nutrition solutions and its core strength is deep farmer planting. It is diversified its product range into solid fertilizers, liquid fertilizers, nano fertilizers and organic products. Now, Indian fertilizer market is supposed to grow at 4 to 5% CAGR and it is going to be very difficult for the company because many competitors are getting into this market. So, to stand out in this market, AgroGrow needs to do something which is not yet done by any other company. For example, if it wants to gain farmers' trust, it can introduce organic compounds in more and more regions so that farmers can trust them and use their products. Now, there are some government policies that are being taken out for organic compounds. Like government is ensuring farmers to use organic compounds in their land so that it is fertile, so that the soil is fertile and more crops can grow. And now AgroVon can grow, but there are some business challenges that it faces currently. For example, its revenue is basically focused only on one region, which is Lucknow. For rupees 41,000 crores is its revenue only from Lucknow, and Agra, which is its 3rd region, is not yet profitable in any way. And the diversified product range that it has is not new use because only two types of products are gaining revenue, which are DAP and N20, which comprise approximately 80% of the total revenue that the company has currently. So the purpose of this report is going to be finding solution for all these business challenges and also looking into the dealers analysis and zone-wise analysis of this. Now let's get into zone analysis and territorial analysis. As I discussed before, its main region is Lucknow, but there are other 2 regions which are Varanasi and Agra. And if we go into the stats, Lucknow contributes to 45% of the total revenue of the country. Varanasi contributes to 31% of the total revenue, and Agra contributes to only 24% of the total revenue. So instead of expanding its market in Lucknow, it should focus on maintaining its position in the market for Lucknow. And as for Agra and Varanasi, for Agra, there are a vast amount of infertile lands that are present in Agra. So to gain farmers' trust in Agra, they should implement dealers to market organic compounds so that the farmers can trust their organic compounds and the soil could become fertile. So they should not target short-term profit but aim for long-term profit. And Varanasi is a saturated region right now because its dealer margin is equal to the basic price, which means there is very less chances of profit in that region. So instead of focusing on Varanasi, we should focus on Agra as its primary base and then upon Lucknow and maintaining its position. Now let's look into the dealer analysis. Here is a list of top 10 dealers from each region and also a list of bottom 5 dealers in each region. We can see that the first dealer that has the highest revenues from Lucknow and the last dealer which has the least revenues also from Lucknow, which means that Lucknow has a vast variety of revenue dealers. So there's no issue going to be there in Lucknow if it tries to maintain its market instead of growing it. And Agra, which has underperformed for many years, can be seen that in the top 10 position there are 2 main dealers who have done profits from Agra. So there is a chance that Agra can grow in this region if it starts marketing its organic compounds in a better way so that the farmers can trust them. And if they build trust, there will be long-term growth for this company. Now I'd like to continue.
So now let's talk about the product analysis. The portfolio of the company is mainly composed of 2 groups, DAP and N20. DAP constitutes about 39% of the total sales, whereas N20 constitutes about 42% of the sales. Also, the top 3 selling products constitute about the 76% of the total revenue. There are also last 15 products. They only contribute 2.1% in the total revenue. And there are 70% of the products are below their 50 crore threshold. This is a huge risk for the company because if the revenue of the top 2 products decreases, the overall revenue of the company will also decrease. And also now that since the government is promoting organic fertilizers, the total revenue is deemed to decrease if it does not shift its focus. Also, if any company wants to target the revenue of AgroGrow, they can easily capture the market by selling the products at lower price. So the farmers will easily shift from AgroGrow to other companies since the products are from very long time and no such innovation is possible in these products. Now let's go on to dealer margin versus basic price. We have noticed an interesting pattern. The greater the dealer margin, the greater is the sale. It is almost 1:1 where the basic price is greater than the dealer price. But there is an exception in Agra where the dealer margin is greater than the basic price. So it implies that the market is not saturated. People are willing to pay more price for the product. So if we want to expand in Agra, then there is a huge scope. Also, by expanding in Agra, there is a chance that the company's revenue will be increased by 15 to 20% of their current revenue. Now let's go to strategies for expansion. The strategies will compose of 3 phases. Part 1 stabilization, Part 2 expansion and Part 3 consolidation. In stabilization, the company should focus on shifting its portfolio from just 2 products to many other products because an undiversified portfolio is very risky. Then it should also promote the organic products and build dealer relations in Agra. It will help to capture the market, increase its revenue and become stable in future. Also the phase 2 expansion. In expansion, we think that the company should give revenue based incentives to the dealers. Also the incentives for organic products should be increased so the dealers would automatically promote the organic compounds more than the inorganic ones. Then it should also categorize its customers for high value and low value customers. The company can directly approach the high value customers and tell them to use the organic products. So by doing this, the company will establish trust in the market and other small farmers will also be not hesitant to buy the products. Now let's go into the last phase, consolidation. In consolidation, the company should focus on R&D of organic products. Then it should also do long-term partnership with other companies for use of organic fertilizers and other landlords also. Then it should also shift its focus from just north to south and west because in west, Gujarat and Maharashtra are the leading users of organic fertilizers and the market is open over there. There are no great competitors in these regions. Thank you.
What is the basis of saying
in Agra, mainly the land is infertile, and the use of fertilizers in Agra is greater than that of Varanasi. That's why. Sorry. So it is from public sources, and geographically also the soil in Agra is not very fertile compared to Varanasi.
No. Actually, we were provided with a data set in which we had only the regions like Agra, Lucknow and Varanasi. There were no other regions. So, among these three regions, we have to choose one which would be beneficial. Okay.
No, not currently. Yes.
But since the Agra region has not yet been taken over by any company in we should have included some district.
Data has district. That was the one thing I think missing here. That's why you just presented we have to just increase the fertility of the soil. Otherwise, if you have gone on public sources, you have taken the data, district-wise data, maximum I think fertilizer sales happens in Agra region because of its length and width of the region. But we have say 50% of UP sales happen in Agra region. Almost 45 या 50% के बीच में balance आपका 50% happen in both regions. Its proximity of the plant, some time back it was some limitation of government. Because of that, the market has developed in eastern region and central region more than any other region. It's a good effort. Can you go back? Slide number. Yeah, product. Here you are saying the balance जो आपका nano DAP is a liquid fertilizer. You cannot compare with the N20 DAP and TSP. It's a recently launched product, so numbers will be quite low. Because it sells into 5 ml packets and other fertilizers are into 50 kg packs. What is T19? I'm not getting that. T19.
T19.
N19 and T19. Other than that, organic fertilizer I think is also a new introduction. So you cannot compare with the basic fertilizer. T19 is there. you cannot compare with the basic fertilizer. I think you have segregated those things. This is a new fertilizer, so you have taken some packaging. You have seen packaging is not verified out there. Packaging was not verified. You must be able to see. You have seen this product groups. Product groups, I think. So, what is present? What you have presented out there in middle area?
The top products and the least revenue products, which are almost no profit.
Not visible to us. I'm not able to understand what you have. But top 5 product, top 5 and
These numbers are given out are solely based on the data set which were provided as well.
it's a good effort. Thank you.
So I have one question. I think so you have analyzed the data and so who is the for any fertilizer industry? Who is the first customer? Dealers. Okay. So you have analyzed how many dealers are there in each region or each district? Right. It's there.
Yeah, we have only put this slide on the top 10 in the bottom because we were asked that question. But we have
No, top 10, okay. See, for to, I think penetrate to new market or increase our sales, main criteria is to increase our network, dealer network first. So now you are saying 45% we have market share in Lucknow. So we don't have market share in Agra and other regions.
We have market share in Agra, but it's not yet.
That why maybe whether our dealer network is more in Lucknow or dealer network is less in Agra. That is
more in Agra, but because the products are not being marketed in the correct way, its percentage of revenue is very less as compared to Lucknow.
Okay. So, but Agra we have more dealers when compared to Lucknow. Right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Achievers, for that insightful presentation. Now, I would like to call upon Team Data Insights from NIT Surat.
Good afternoon, jury. Myself Amol Singh and this is my teammate Ritik Sharma. We are Data Insights from NIT Surat and we are going to present sale analysis of AGROVON Fertilizers Private Limited. First, we analyze sale on different parameters like zone-wise, territory-wise, and dealer-wise. First, we analyze the sales on the basis of zone-wise. After analyzing, we come to the conclusion that there are some high-performing zones and there are some underperforming zones. The high-performing zones are Lucknow and the underperforming zone are Agra. And then afterward, we analyze the sales on the basis of territories and we come to the analysis that there are some high-performing territory and underperforming territory. The high-performing territory is Allahabad, Lucknow, Varanasi, while the underperforming territory is Basti, Meerut, JKC, Varanasi. Afterwards, we analyze the sales on the basis of dealers. And we come to the conclusion that there are some high-performing dealers and some underperforming dealers. The name of high-performing dealers are Gupta Brother, Rajaram, New Gupta, and while the underperforming dealers are Krishna Enterprise, Krishna Traders, Vivechan, and the graph represents the high-performing dealers while left right graph represents the underperforming dealers. After the analysis, we identify some problems and we propose some solutions. We identify some problems. The first problem which we identify are the dealer network strength. The Lucknow zone has big volume dealers like Gupta Brothers, which are having the revenue of 0.19 billion, and Agra and Varanasi Lexus dominant dealers fragmented and low volume, which leads to the low sales in Agra and Varanasi and a high sales in Lucknow zone. The second problem which we identified is dealers margin. The dealer margins in Lucknow and Allahabad are relatively better, 5 to 6k per unit versus Varanasi rupees 1.8 to 2k. And the low margin discourages the dealer cost to weaker sales in those zones, which leads to high sales in Lucknow zone and the low sales in Agra and Varanasi zones. And the solutions which we propose are that first we will recruit more mid-sized dealers and don't rely only on 1 to large dealers, bring in more small mid dealers to cover rural belts. And the second thing, we will offer some financial support, some credit supports, and offer easy financing, extended credit, which in weaker zones to attract new dealers. The second solution which we are going to propose are add performance-based slabs plus 1% for meeting volume targets. In simple words, we are going to give some incentives, performance-based incentives, and a plus 2% for pushing new underperforming products. At last, in short, I would say that it will ensure fairness plus motivate dealers to perform better. From now, Advik will take forward.
Okay, so we have total 21 products. So when we analyze the product, some products are star products which cover almost 31% market and 30% market, like PPL, Bharat, NPK, PPL, Bharat, DAP, White, and some product performing good comparatively other product. For example, Navratan, PPL, Bharat, TSP, IMP, DAP, but some product performing very poor. For example, Nano, Sakti, Urea, Ammonium, PPL, and DAP dark one, while DAP white performing very good. This is our star product. So when we analyze the data, we find some problem and we propose some solutions. First, we can give extra margin for pursuing low selling product. For example, nano fertilizing and soil conditioner. Second is farming awareness and product. Adoption especially for the new and innovative product. And another is product buildings with high sellers. This push market for try new product while buying trusted one. So here is a chart in which represent average dealer margin and average MRP per base. And when we analyze the data, we find some pattern, like some zones have higher margin and some zones are very lower margin. And dealer margins range widely from 1.8k to 6.1k, like Varanasi and Meerut, while MRP per unit, however, is surrounding 24k to 31k. And here is one key point. MRP is stable, but margin is not. So the issue is not customer pricing, but how AgroGrow is rewarding different dealers. So we analyze some problem and now we propose some solutions. So first problem is dealer in high margins reason earn specifically more than other low margins area. Even the MRP is stable. So the solution of this problem is introduce base margin like 5% and depend on the volume of selling. We can give incentive like 1 to 2% that depend on the volumes. And another problem is customer may find the same product in different across different regions. So for this problem we can like ensure MRP consistency across the region and sharing a unified margin policy with the dealers to reduce the conflict between dealers and depend on the regions. So data insights give some future strategy for AgroGrow fertilizers. First is this future strategy is divided into two parts, for long term and for short term and long term. Short term centralize dealer margin across zone provide extra intensive and pursuing low selling product. Second is target sales boost, like launching the building scheme pair like DAP and NPK with nano product. We provide some compost and fertilizing. And another plan is for long time move beyond the North India like MP, Bihar and Rajasthan. And last is build micro distributions hub in rural area for fastest delivery. Thank you so much.
NIT Surat. So we use Power BI for analyzing data.
So have you prepared product the dimension या product dimension is that area dimension? Have you prepared product dimension? I think Navratna is a brand. It's not a product. We used to have a Navratna brand, but right now it's a Navratna Nano DAP. C.C.S Navratna Nano DAP is a product. I think. Where is Navratna product?
In the third place.
Navratna Pvt 013. Okay, maybe you have got the sales prior to I think becoming its Bharat and PK. Both are the same product. That's why we have just separated out. Pvt 013 is coming there, na Pvt 013 is coming there. Navratna Pvt 013 and PPL Bharat and PK Pvt 013. Both are same products. Navratna was a brand, but after the advent of this government's unified brand policy, now across the industry, I think Bharat DAP, Bharat NPK, any industry has to use that brand only. They cannot use their own brand. Prior to that, we are using Navratna and C.C.S. But after the unification of the brand, the launch of government scheme that you have to have, if the government is involved into giving subsidy to you, so you cannot use your name. So that way government has decided to unify the brand so that farmer didn't get confused the availability of which brand is here. They have to buy Bharat DAP brand. That is one mistake you have just diversified into many years. Okay. I want another star product. How you did it? Based on balu? Based on balu or based on value?
Based on value.
Based on value. Next slide. I think margins are better in case of nano fertilizer compared to.
The solution that like nano fertilizer and soil condition have low selling products.
Yeah, already the margins were given, I think, more than the basic fertilizer in case of DAP and whatever you are discussing, nano N20 and all.
Our simple motto is just to push dealer to sell these products more.
Product bundling, you cannot do that. Government is, I think, restricting. You cannot sell nano with DAP. Must have learned something new from new GRM. अभी लेटेस्ट काफी सारा अभी आपका एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर को जानते हैं आप लोग? Who is our agriculture minister? I think this institution comes under Department of Agriculture. कोई बता सकता है एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर कौन है अभी? Okay, वैसे गुड एफर्ट. Thank you. I think आपने अच्छा प्रयास किया है, but there was some missing link. That's why we could not conclude correctly.
You told like uniform margin for all the regions, no? So why you thought that?
Not for regions, for all dealers.
Yeah, all dealers means across regions. No, is there any different margins for different regions or different dealers?
So different dealers.
The same product, like if you take DAP, is there any difference in the margins?
So like in Meerut, the MRP is 24 point something, and the dealer's margin is 6 point something.
Okay.
While in JK, Varanasi, the price is similar to that, but the margin is very low.
Okay.
I want to say just standardize the margin for all dealers and all regions.
See, we can't do the same margin for different regions because we are not the player in maybe agro. There may be competitions. So based on competition also we have to fix the price. If for example in Lucknow, one X company is giving margins lesser than us, means we have to match that. Otherwise our sales will automatically come down. So based on that, maybe margins may be different. That also you have to have in your mind while giving suggestions and strategy. So otherwise our sales will come down. So based on region-wise competition also we have to think.
Still, I think we have to put some restriction on that dealer margin part. Like you can't go beyond that thing.
No, that restriction is already there. As per government law, complex and all restriction is there. 4% maximum. So 2% is there. So maximum we can give 4% margin only.
So I just want to put a max limit, not a that you have to do that. Max limit, you can't go beyond that thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well.
Now I would like to call Team Legends NIT Jalandhar to come forward and present their analysis.
Okay, without analysis, data is noise. With it, it becomes narrative, strategy, and impact. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to judges. My name is C.C.S Sharma. I'm a B.Tech second year student at NIT Jalandhar. My teammate Anson K. Santosh is from the same college and branch, but he was unfortunately not able to accompany us today. So let's begin. But before that, my fellow participants have been jumping straight to the problem, but we need to first get a bird's eye view of what the company actually stands for, what the company's overall revenue margin looks like. So I'll first give you a high-level overview of the company, how it's doing. These are some of the key performance indicators that we have. So 17,500 total transactions, 900 crores revenue, 21 unique products, 603 unique dealers, for around 500k of total volume. The important metric to keep in mind is a median dealer margin of 0.39%. To put into perspective, according to government regulations, a 4% median margin in terms of fertilizers is considered to be good. But AgroGrow overall is giving a 0.39% of dealer margin. So we'll keep that in mind and I'll show you how it affects the analysis. So the tale of three zones. So in the data, overall there were three zones given and there were territories given as well. So zone-wise analysis, Lucknow, Varanasi and Agra. Lucknow has the highest revenue, followed by Varanasi and Agra. But again, one of the participants said that Lucknow is the safest. It's not. I'll show you how later in the slides. And the reason why I'm saying this is because data analysis is like a story. It unravels in a way, and the same way it did for me as well. Territory-wise analysis, it's not visible clearly, but this is Allahabad, Varanasi, Lucknow and Varanasi, and Agra is somewhere at the bottom. So Allahabad is in Prayagraj, it's performing the best, but since zones were the major key, so we were focusing on the zones only. Okay, now in the territory analysis. So just the revenue is not a key metric. You need to check whether the dealers, the penetration in the market is there or not, whether that particular territory has a good penetration in the market. So this is a territory opportunity matrix. The x-axis shows the number of dealers for that particular territory, and the y-axis shows the percentage of dealer margin it gives. See, I'm taking dealer margin percentage as a key metric because that's what makes our business lucrative. If I'm representing AgroGrow, then I want dealer margin to be good enough so that more people buy products from us. So this will help us analyze some of the important key things. So let's say, for example, this company right here, it's not visible, but it is JKC Varanasi. This particular territory right here has a very low dealer penetration, very low dealer margin, but has a very high dealer percentage margin, which means that it is incentivizing the dealers but has low dealers. And the size of the bubble represents the revenue. It even has low revenue. So this kind of helps the company analyze strategies for each territory. So for Varanasi itself, I know that for JKC Varanasi, I know that I need to push it towards more dealers, maybe add more lucrative fertilizers, etc. And for Lucknow, JKC Lucknow, performing excellently well, has high percentage of margin and even has high penetration. So this was the plot that helps you analyze all the territories. The portfolio problem. So now we came with the first problem that I noticed in the data. So before that, I'll tell you about an index. It's called Herfindahl-Hirschman Index, or HHI for short. It is used to analyze a market and to make sure whether there are any few competitors or not, or whether the market is stable. But so we changed this metric to match our problem statement. The market here is AgroGrow, and the competitors are the products. So an HHI of 2500 or above says that there are only few products that are dominating, and an HHI of around 1500 says that the market is decent. So Agra here has an HHI of greater than 2500, which means that Agra is dependent on only a few products, one or two, followed by Varanasi, and Lucknow is pretty stable, which means that the market of Lucknow is selling decent fertilizers. But what is wrong with selling a few products? Let's say two products are in the demand, so I'll just sell them, I'll just make them. What's wrong in that? But the thing is, business doesn't work that way. Now, the products that they're selling, I'll give you a spoiler. The products that they're selling are NPK and DAP. NPK is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. DAP is diammonium phosphate. These two are the most used fertilizers in agriculture. That's why they're the most sold. But now imagine, see, I just attended the Saksham Best Manager competition. In that they said the government wants to shift towards organic fertilizers. Now imagine there's a sudden shift towards organic fertilizers. Maybe government launches a new scheme. So the market for AgroGrow will collapse because people will shift towards organic farmers and will lose the market share because we're heavily relying on NPK and DAP. So this again is an important thing to keep in mind. Uncovering inefficiencies, margins and segments. Okay, so I couldn't actually put the whole plot here, so I'll explain what the blue line represents. The blue represents in-house products. So around 80% of AgroGrow's market share is from in-house products, which is a good sign. And around the orange one, which is around 17%, is from outsourcing. The bottom below is the same as the previous one. Now margins, an important plot. So as you see here, Lucknow's 50% quantile or 50% values have zero margin, which means, like they said, that Lucknow is stable. Lucknow, 50% of the dealers are getting zero margin. This is not good if you're a dealer. They are getting 400 revenue, but they're still having less margin. And Agra has a vast margin spread, even though Agra has such little revenue. So think of it in a way, Agra has little revenue and they're giving more margin, which means that Agra is operating in a premium market, whereas Lucknow is facing more competition there. That's why they have to push the margin to zero. And okay, this was the revenue share. This is I don't think so it's required. Yeah, so this is the trade-off. So see, just like I said, revenue for Agra is 400 crores, but the margin is zero, average margin. And for Varanasi and Agra, they have so little revenue, but still they have a 0.4% dealer margin. Important thing to keep in mind. Okay, so I've analyzed the problems, 3 major problems we've discussed. So what is the solution? So I've given a 4-phase strategy for AgroGrow. The first, for the first 3 months would be to increase the product margins, but keep a higher limit. Now the reason, as just like the judges asked, why a higher limit? Because we're still competing with the competitors, and if we provide a higher dealer margin, then we might incur more losses. So initially we have to cap the margin, because Lucknow itself is facing 0% margin, so we need to increase it. So the next stage would be on underperforming SKUs, means that the products that are highly underperforming, you either provide more volume to them, you produce them, bring them to the market more. Maybe there is a company that wants to buy nano fertilizers, even if they are new. But still, if you're not producing them, then what's the point? And introduce dealer performance tiers, of course. Now stage 3 is targeted product campaigns. The data was not time series data. See, time series data is like a cherry on top, because that helps you forecast the revenue. The data was simple, it was just numbers. So that's what AgroGrow should do. It should start collecting timestamping data, and whenever a deal is made, they should just timestamp it. Apart from that, harmonized pricing Agra model. Basically, in Agra, I saw that the average price per unit was 26,000 with a 0.4% revenue, and for Lucknow and Varanasi, who were higher at revenue, were selling it for a cheaper price. So adapt Agra's model. But you guys are the AgroGrow board members, and I'm just a random person telling you. So where is the proof? How will you believe me? So what we did was we simulated the market strategy. What I'm just telling you, we simulated it in a model. We basically trained our model on the data and then changed the values. So the baseline here is we didn't change anything. This was what we suppose AgroGrow's value will go. Green one is with allocating the top 2% products, and we're allocating their value to the bottom products, so that we increase all the product overall portfolio. The top one is with increasing the margin, and as you can see, there is a huge increase in the revenue. So the final strategy that we give is we increase margin by 1.5 to 2.5% initially. Then we allocate the volume from the top 2% products to the bottom 5. And then the third, not the bottom 5, the top 10, in the top 10 from top 2 to the bottom thing. And the next one is copy Agra's pricing model across Lucknow and Lucknow and Varanasi. Now this won't happen in just a blip of a second, right? You have to start it initially. So first step will be increasing the margins to gain more dealers, so bringing more dealers. Then you allocate products to organic, let's say organic fertilizers or nano fertilizers, and then finally increase the prices so that we dominate the market itself. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was my case. Thank you so much.
Where from you get the zero margin in Lucknow region?
Sir,
I'm not understanding that.
Sir, it's the average, because people haven't taken the average, they have taken the value. They have shown 5.1k. That's the value. I've taken the average across all the whole data. It came close to zero. It's like 0.3% I rounded off to zero. Because
how it can be zero?
I'll show you. See, sir, I don't have the actual plots. I have a box plot of the Lucknow's plot. I don't have it right now. It's in my laptop, but I'll show you. So the spread for Lucknow, the 50% values are zero. Like in the box plot, 50% values were zero and remaining were close to like 1.5%. I can show you right now.
I don't know how it is coming.
So in the data it shows like this. So yeah, this is the margins. So the green line says the 50% values, they are close to 0. And we have a spread and it goes up to 2.5 as well. But that is just for a particular deal only. Majority lies close to 0. That's what I meant.
25% dealer margin?
No, 2.5. Dealer margin 2.5.
2.5%.
Yes, sir. And that is not Lucknow scenario. That's just a few values. So I'll tell you what a box plot means. It means that the majority Lucknow's values lie here, and these are just a few exceptions. So Agra is giving much revenue because the values lie at a higher rate, right? So that's what this box plot represents. And there is a green line. It's not visible here. This tells 50% of the dealer margins. So Agra has a positive, but 50% of Lucknow's margins are 0. That's what the analysis means. I'm sorry I interpreted it wrong, but yeah, that's what I meant.
But I think there is some missing lines here, missing links.
Missing asset?
Missing links, I don't understand how it can be 0. Even average cannot be 0 because for your information, prices are same across the regions.
No sir, but in the data it is. Sir, actually this is simple numbers. I didn't change anything. I brought the data, I plotted this. Actual numbers only, I didn't change anything here as well.
That I have to look at.
Yeah, the data, later I'll show you the data.
Go to your recommendation slide where you are recommending you have to increase the margin, I think.
Yeah, increase the margin to 1.5 to 2.5% and cap it, not more than 2.5.
What is the reason to increase? By increasing margin, you will be increasing your sales.
Sir, it's not just about increasing sales. So imagine this, I'm just talking to Lucknow.
Increasing margin, the revenue is related with the increasing margin.
If I did this margin thing because I saw that Lucknow's 50% values were close to 0. So with that, I'll tell you. So if the revenue is even increasing, if the margin is 0, then the dealers are not profiting. Right? So what is stopping the dealers from going to another company who has a margin of, let's say, even 0.4%? Just a small number, 0.4, will make them go there from Lucknow. And Lucknow has 400 crores of revenue. That's the main thing. It is the highest generating revenue and it has majority 0 values. So
that is contradicting your point.
No sir, it's not actually, it's actually complementing.
At 0% of revenue, they are giving the highest revenue.
Yeah. The thing is,
0% of margin, it is giving the highest revenue.
Yeah. And there is another.
You can recommend to increase the margin and it will be even better.
But sir, actually the thing is that Agra has less revenue, it has more margin, it is still performing stable. Margin, the reason why I'm saying is because AgroGrow is facing competition. So if you want to trust from the dealers.
Do you have any competition data here?
No, we don't have, but in the case study it have mentioned that AgroGrow is facing competition. So they gave us a case study, they told us these are the problems. So I didn't assume the problems, I showed the problems first, that's the thing I did. But yeah, so
I think good job done by you. I think most
and then sir, there's more data that I haven't shown. There's freight cost as well that the company gives. Freight cost, like you buy wholesale, maybe will sell it to you in cheap. That's also high in Lucknow. So that also supports my thing. Lucknow बहुत ही competition में. That's why they're giving so much incentives and still losing. They haven't given dealer margin, but they're paying so much freight cost. I don't have the plots because I couldn't fit them in the PPT. There are so many things. I know exact numbers as well.
Freight we are not giving to the dealer. Freight are fixed for each and every area.
But nice. I don't think so, sir. Data will have different. Trust me, sir. I can show. I'll just bring the laptop in 10 minutes. I'll show you.
You are telling me right.
I know what you're saying.
Transportation, we are not going to give dealers. It depends on destinations.
That's the kind of margin actually we are giving it as a freight margin. That is a discount, one kind of discount we are giving now as a freight margin, you can say. Even you can look at both the margin, combining both the margin, but in the margin percent, then we'll find the clear picture. The prices are same across the region.
But sir, freight and the margin of the dealers can be combined can they be combined? I mean, they're different, right?
Yeah, it can be because we are giving freight as a margin portion because we are supplying them as a expense.
We're expending on them technically. We're not giving them, but we're expending for them. So yeah, makes sense.
So you have analyzed product based margin, you are giving the average margin.
So in the first slide, I give the average margin of the whole company to show where it stands. If in Lucknow it's different in Agra and different in Varanasi.
The margin is high.
Because
sir, about the 4%. Other product may be above the
Sir, Nano is new, so I don't think there will be margin here because no one is. Yeah.
So you can't go with average margin. So it's better. Go by product. And you have to know competitors' product terms. How much they are selling.
I mean, in this data there was no competitor.
We are not given. But while giving the market data, we should know what is the industry sales.
Yeah.
Particular product. What they are offering, what they are
There should be, I think, you have tried like that. Ki one matrix should have been region, then product. What is margin in each product? For each region, so one product. What is margin different in each region? Then you have find some, I think, correct numbers. Otherwise, it's, if some product is selling there, which has low margin, some product is selling here with high margin. Its product margin was decided on your total margin. That way it is giving you, I think, some foggy. Which data model you have to like?
I didn't understand what Oh, that's basically I mean is ki they need to first collect the data, timestamp data. They don't have time data. Matlab, the transactions aren't timestamped. If they are timestamped, I can forecast it with the time series model. I couldn't do that because timestamp is simple numerical data. So I just trained a regressor to kind of complement our strategy. If there was a time series data, I would have forecasted it and wo zyada clear hota. That's what I meant ki the last two strategies ki collect data and then apply a data model. So that data model for timestamp would be a Sarima Max or something like that. But yeah.
Which tool you have used?
Sir, I've used for Python only, sir. I don't like Power BI because you cannot model it very much. Python, you have the whole control over the things. So I used Python, to the coding language only.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, just to add on it, you could have taken some hypothetical competitors' data so that the conversion would have looked more.
I mean, sir, I thought the whole company is hypothetical, so I thought it doesn't exist at all, so I didn't take it. But like some of the guys actually did the market analysis, I didn't do that. But I tried that for the simulations only. Ki I did some hypothetical situations, ki the revenues increased or decreased, but I didn't do the comparator one. Yeah, that would have been crazy. I got confused with the margin and stuff, sir. But yeah, presentation was very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, team legends, NIT Jalandhar. Let's now move on to team number 4. Now, I would like to call Quantum CET, IIT Madras to join online for the presentation. Guys, you can start.
You're not audible.
It's not audible. I think she has not. She has unmuted, but I think the voice is not coming.
Are we audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. Continue, please.
Judges, now we will take team number 5. Once they are connected, we'll move to the. Now I would like to call upon team Alokit from C.C.S NIAM for the presentation.
Good evening, everyone. I am
Saksham.
We are Team Alokit, representing C.C.S National Institute of Agricultural Marketing. We are here to analyze the case study of Advik Fertilizers Ltd, which is a leading producer of fertilizers. This company deals with fertilizers and it has three product segments. First is nutrient solutions, NPK blends, and third one is specialty fertilizers. Now it has a wide dealer network, but even with this much of wide dealer network and expansion, it faces certain problems. What are those problems? First is uneven sales performance. There are certain products and certain zones which outperform and there are certain which are underperforming. We need to analyze this data. Second is portfolio imbalance. The company has a portfolio of 20 plus products, but still it is more, the revenue generation of company comes from only 2 to 3 products. Next one is channel conflicts. There are dealer margins and inconsistent pricing, due to which there is a weaker distribution relationships. We need to analyze this data also. And the last one is missed market potential. As there are certain crops which require potassium and micronutrients, but the people and the farmers in that particular areas are not using those fertilizers, and they are missing. The company is missing in that aspect. And what are the expected outcomes? First is we need to identify the outperforming and underperforming aspects in terms of zones as well as the dealers and as well as the products. Next is we need to assess the portfolio and we need to analyze the risks pertaining to the diversification of the portfolio. Third one is we need to optimize the pricing and margin structure. And the last one is we need to highlight the untapped market opportunities, and then we need to rebuild the market strategies for the market share expansion of the company.
Through the data provided in the case study, we could get that there are 3 zones covered, 20 territories, and there are 598 dealers across the segment. There are 5 product segments, 11 product groups, and total 21 products. Now, how did we do the data analytics? Now, we first clear the clutter of the data and ensure that only effective data only occurs in our document. Now, how we did our structuring of data? We organize the data in 4 key segments, like in zone, territory, dealer analysis, product performance, pricing, margins, and strategy formulations. We use the tools like Power BI and Excel, Power Pivot, and we use the interactive dashboards to build scatter plots, tree maps, and various
various slicers and use those data to make our analysis.
Now, we were required to analyze the data on two bases. First is zonal and next one is product basis. So here is the analysis based on the zonal data analysis. While analyzing the data, we came to know that as of now the company's revenue is 9.11 billion and Lucknow is the major share contributor, which contributes around 44.9% in the revenue generation, followed by Varanasi and Agra. Then the dealer contribution. We analyzed that there are top 10 dealers and bottom 10 dealers. Among that, Gupta Brothers are the alone dealer which is contributing around 0.19 billion to the overall sales, and the bottom 10 dealers are only contributing approximately 0.3 to 0.5 million. We need to work on the bottom 10 dealers. And furthermore, we analyze the data based on product performance during under various zones. As we analyzed the data for the Lucknow zone, we observed that Lucknow shows the diversified product adoption. But Varanasi is concentrated on fewer products as compared to Lucknow, and Agra shows the balanced distribution. It means it has a lower scale as compared to both of these. And there are certain products like PPL Bharat NPK and PPL Bharat DAP. They are the most higher revenue generators. And based on the data, we came across certain actionable insights. First one is to focus on the bottom 10 dealers. We can do it either via trainings, incentives, or certain campaign strategies. Next is we need to explore the diversification, we need to expand the products, and we can do it in the Agra zone. Next is we need to focus on high performing products, but we need to increase the sale of underutilized products also. So we need to develop a strategy based on that. And the last one is we need to monitor the dealer sales efficiency. What does it mean? The dealer margins. And the dealers, there are certain dealers which are focused on higher sales, but the quantity of the produce they are selling is low. But there are certain dealers which are dealing with higher quantity, but still they are generating lower sales. So we need to build a market strategy based on this analysis.
Now we did the product data analysis and came across that the company has a very diverse portfolio of 20 plus products in the portfolio. But we came to know that only 2 to 3 products like PPL, NPK and Navratna dominates the market with 65% of revenue, and the rest remaining 18 to 20 products only have 35% of revenue. Now coming across the price and profitability insights, we came to know that T19 and NP are the most premium products that drives the revenue, but the sales are less. But in the nano products, the prices are very less, but the volume of the sales are very low. So here we can analyze that if the nano products have more volume of sales, then we will increase the revenue also. Now, if we come across the quantity and sales correlation, we came to know that there is a high correlation between sales and quantity of N20 and DAP, but very low correlation between organic and nano products. Now, for the actionable insight, we could see that we could reduce the dependence on certain products and diversify our products to other nano products and organics. Also promote and balance the volume versus profitability by cross-selling premium products with the other products.
Now, if company doesn't expand its zones, territories or products, it can came across certain risks. First one is of single fertilizer monopoly. As the company is generating revenue out of only 2 major products, if in case in future the farmers do not rely on those products and shift to certain other products, the company will face revenue volatility. It will not be able to generate revenue and there will be sudden drop. And there is agronomy mismatch, as those fertilizers are providing only nitrogen, phosphorus and sulfur, and there is no contribution of potassium. So due to this agronomy mismatch, in those zones and those territories, potassium might be low. And we also did a SWOT analysis of the company. The company has a strength of it has a wider distribution network, diverse product range, but this diverse product range is underutilized. It becomes its weakness. So it need to use it as an opportunity to work, to use it for market expansion and to diminish the threats which can occur if it if it is concentrated only on certain higher product concentrations.
Now coming to strategy, we have analyzed the data and came to the BCG matrix. Now we have get the data that cash crop products like N20 and DAP have high volume and medium margin, and there are star products like TSP and N12 having medium volume and medium margin. And there are some question mark products like nano urea and nano DAP having low volume and low poor margin. And some top products like compost and organic products like conditioners having medium volume and very poor margin.
As we all know, farmers do not buy fertilizers, they buy the nutritions. So we need to sell the nutritions. But as they are focused only on NPK, DAP, what we can do, we can bundle the products based on the crop. We'll provide them paddy and wheat kits. For example, in a paddy kit, we'll provide the outperforming fertilizer, which is 20:20. And then we also came across with the strategy of nano integration. As we found out that now nano fertilizers, basically nano urea and nano DAP are the underperformance. And for this, we will do on-field protocols. We'll analyze the stages of particular crops. For example, in case of wheat, CRI, ground root initiation, is a critical stage. If on that stage the farmer are providing nano urea, the farmer will see the certain growth, and he will trust the product that due to this nano urea he will able to generate the higher yield. So in this way we'll integrate nano urea and cropping bundles, and we'll also inculcate soil health cards. The company can build mobile soil labs, and mobile soil labs give the results on the basis of lack of micronutrients within a day. So when we link this data, we can find out the areas which are lacking in certain micronutrients. Then we can integrate this approach with nano integration as well as the crop bundling.
Now, also by analyzing the data, we came across the potassium gap. There could be a reason for potassium gap. Either the farmers are not using the potassium fertilizer, or there could be a competitor company that is providing potassium. So for the approach to improve the sales of potassium fertilizer, we could, for in case 1, we could do the demonstration plots and frontline demonstration to the farmers to show the potential of potassium fertilizers. For the case 2, we could provide dealers performance rebates to them, and also bundle our products with other outperforming products.
In conclusion, the company was dealing with certain problems, and we need to find out the market expansion strategy. For that, we integrated both nano integration and crop bundling approach. Thank you. Basically 20:20:0:13. So 13 is sulfur.
Apart from, see, already 20:20:30 is there, 20% sulfur is there. You are mentioning plus zinc plus sulfur. So you are adding.
No, sir. It was mentioned if it is using only a nitrogen phosphorus based fertilizer, then sulfur can be added as it is a micronutrient, which is essential.
20:20:03 plus sulfur plus nano. You undergrad in agriculture?
Yes, sir.
Both of you? That's why your, I think strategy looks like that only. Forget the data, but you have done some wonderful work on this. So wheat kit, paddy kit, I think it looks some promising. Whether we are able to do it or not, that is the other thing.
But what is your thought process, right? Paddy kit, how you will promote or how you will...
What is the paddy requirement? You have cut out NPK basal plus K product. NPK already has K, but again you are saying we have to further supplement K.
No, sir. Like in the company's portfolio, the major 2 contributor products was 20:20:0:13 one, and the other one was DAP. Yeah. And our focus is to expand the area of underperforming fertilizers also. And under underperforming, there were soil conditioners and nano urea. So we wanted to expand those also. That's why we are integrating those. And in that case of potato, it was like.
Poor margin, yeah, they are getting poor margin.
Yes, sir.
But the company is getting the poor margin because of the low prices and.
I don't think in data there is margin of company, but company is getting the poor margin, yeah.
So it was not mentioned to the margin, but based on revenue generation. So nano urea is the one which only 0.08% of revenue generation across all the zones and territories. That's why we wanted to focus on these.
You cannot compare with actually DAP and other fertilizer with nano. Nano, I think it's a very low volume product.
Yes, sir. So that's why
we are going to replace 50 kg with 500 ml.
So that's why we have also mentioned NPK, and along with it we are providing nano urea as a top dressing. So farmers start integrating these products into their routine, and when they'll get familiar and when they'll get the higher yields based on that, as another model was based on that only. So in future there are promising results from nano urea can be.
Okay, good. Next slide.
The cash cows now in that
There was the close product like DAP and N20 fertilizers that are subsidized by the government. So the potential for there, it is already the potential of it is already realized in the real market, sir. So it is.
So what will you do? We are asking only, see, auction you return product with subsidized pricing. Whether we have to give more subsidy or what?
So they are already protected with subsidized
pricing.
pricing.
Okay.
It is already reached the maturity stage, so it can't be growth. So it is already stage.
Okay.
What is maximum?
Just bundling of the product, you mean to say we have to tag the nano product with DAP?
No, sir, this is not tagging. Yes.
Bundling is different thing?
It is an integrated approach, not tagging.
Not a tagging.
So in tagging it, like you are forced to take a complete.
No one is saying, government is saying you are tagging. We are just trying to bundle it, but they are not accepting that terminology.
Yes, sir.
We are also saying bundling. We are bundling with the nano DAP and nano urea with fast selling product like urea and DAP. But they are not ready to accept that. They are saying you are tagging these things.
So tagging in is when you are forcing them to like take a complement product with the major. Like if they want to buy urea, they need to buy nano urea also along with it. Unless and until they cannot buy that is tagging. But here we are providing the integrated kits. These kits already
The
have.
communication is like that only. What you are saying, we are also trying to bundle it out so that if there is some increase in the usability of DAP, you want to use more of the DAP compared to what is recommended, to supplement those with nano fertilizer, supplement those with nano urea and nano DAP. You are saying that only. Even government is saying that, but somehow down the line, if it is supplied to dealer, if it is supplied to retailer, it may become like you are forcing them to buy.
In my opinion, tagging is more focused on black marketing to reduce that. But if you are doing legally, it cannot be termed as tagging. It will be termed as bundling. Yes, I agree. Like subsidized. Yes, sir. So for that we can do certain training programs, awareness programs in the areas, and like we cannot leave them with like training, and we have provided the training, and then we have left. Like we need to conduct surveys time to time also if they are implementing that approach or not.
Have you come across with this soil health card? Have you done some survey on that, whether it is used by farmers or not?
So it is majorly farmers are not aware about this, and they say that like they do not have that much available time in between the harvest and the sowing of the next crop, that we can go for this. But if we can come up with mobile soil labs, where we will be providing the service by going in their fields. So then there might be chances that they can adopt this approach, and it will be beneficial for the company also, as it will be knowing which areas are lagging in which micronutrients and which products to market in those areas. So as of now, I am not aware of that.
We are running soil testing vans also. We're doing a lot of soil samples done at their tours for the farmers only. We are giving them the soil health card, but I have full doubt the people are not using it properly. There is some skeptic behind this.
There might be some adoption problems, sir.
Yeah, how we can address that? Have you any thought on that?
So it could not be occurred in a short period of time. It will take a long duration of time, sir, and continuous awareness programs could be taken.
The last 20 years, 25 years, I have seen this soil health card, soil testing reports, which I think almost all fertilizer companies are providing on free basis. People are not using it.
So farmers will not use them themselves. The company need to go to them, and then the company can create products on the basis of the soil health cards only. That by getting the survey data.
Even government is trying to do that. Fertilizer has to be sold on that basis only, but adaptability and adoption is, I think, very good. So mobile soil labs per zone for same day result, link SHG finding to ready bundles, print SST based tools. It is already we are doing whatever you have mentioned here. But how to increase the adoption? The question is that.
So the company could provide incentives to the farmers, like giving the discounts to certain people. They implement the soil health card schemes on their own. We are already providing free.
Even we have started saying start charging something. So हो सकता है कि they start understanding it has some value. Otherwise, sometimes what happens if you providing something free of cost, people don't value it. When farmers are not valuing the service or charges what we are providing. The government of India is also having, I think in every district they have their soil testing facility.
So the major problem is the farmers are not they are not focused towards the soil health as much. If they are telling that by using this soil health card and the recommended fertilizers, your yield will be increased. And if they see the visible results, we can do the on-field demonstrations going there. And if we show them the plots like here we have used the soil health card recommendations and the yields, then we show them the data, then they may trust us. As only based on the soil health, they may not.
So earlier farmers were also very skeptical about the chemical fertilizers also, sir. But over the time they adopted chemical fertilizers. So this also, it will take certain time, but they will adopt it.
Yeah, you're quite right. I think farmers has adapted it like anything, and they have forgotten the use of this organic manure, organic fertilizer, compost. But no fertilizer company, no agriculture department ever suggested that you only use chemical fertilizer. Now I think government of India are trying to do lot of communication. You don't overuse, use less, and use organic fertilizer. But I think in any communication, starting from I think chemical fertilizer has come, even then, nobody has said them ki don't use
But they have observed
compost and organic fertilizer. But because of ease of use, ease of application, They have adopted it like anything. But they have forgotten about the other things. And we are facing the challenges now. And even they are going to face the challenges in coming days. So, good work. Thank you. Last point here, just work on that, how we can improve the adoption. But we are saying, we are strategizing. Until unless we cannot take it up to the farmer level, it is not going to impact. So this is the last thing that I want to say. But good work, well done.
That was great presentation by Team Alokit.
PNB, Punjab National Bank, has been one of the promising sponsors of AGROVON throughout the years. We are delighted to have the collaboration with them in connecting the AGROVON 2025. I would like to call Ms. Garima Tak to facilitate Mr. Shravan Kumar Meena sir, Branch Manager, Sankalan, for their contribution. I would like to call Ms. Garima Tak to present the gratitude of token.
Now I would like to request Team Quantum's Sigati to join us online to present their insights.
यही दिखाना बस.
Can we start presenting?
Yes, guys, you are audible. You can start.
Our take on the mechanism of growth changes. The undergrowth which we play in the context industry operates across massive growth segments. It operates industry-led, branded machine, producers, and fantastic sites. The company spends a wide number of people and leaders, ensuring the needs to the best number and the concept of what is agricultural business across both fact, there are competitors reflecting across major sectors. Now, when it comes to biomedical, I covered numbers, but also that there is with crops and other techniques. This means is very more dependent on
Guys, your voice is not clear. Can you just check your mic once?
Just a minute. Yeah. Okay, can you hear us now? Are we audible now?
You guys are audible but not clear.
Oh. So, shall we start or shall we continue from here?
Now it's clear. You can start.
Now? Next now. So, our analysis, now we are confirming
The person who is presenting, please on your mic.
She's using her mic, that's why it's hard.
The person who is presenting, use your mic. You are using the other person's mic.
There are some issues, but she'll try. We are sitting just side by side, so I actually.
So then she can come to your laptop, right? You can change the place. Sitting, you can come to her laptop and.
Just here.
Okay, you can come here.
Which side of the bed will be better? So, basically, if you look into the agra, MEDIA and alpha are performing much stronger than the agra vector. So, this indicates that within the zone, there can be scaled up across each sector. Now, we look into the Varanasi zone. In Varanasi, Allahabad drops, but in the city, drops and other sectors. This means that the zone is more dependent on one part, while the rest of the network is unlimited. So, the issue here is not market, but the speed of productivity is lagging in those areas. Now, if we go into Lakshya, Lucknow is the strongest performer program, but its growth is concentrated in Lucknow headquarters. So, we need to strengthen secondary complex farmholders which are currently underperformed. Now, I will hand over to the point to Taylor, dealer, and
Good afternoon, dear Julie. I am presenting the dealer analysis. So, if you see, if you see the charts in the left, the sales are heavily dependent on the two pens, basically, people, Bharat and Nafed. The fertilizer manufacturing product segment is the clear market driver, with DAP and related products standing the most value. As you can see the chart, this chart you see a steep drop off of sales after the top performance. This creates a long tail of many products that contribute very little in the overall revenue. This dependency creates a risk and highlighted opportunity imbalance in the portfolio. Now, moving on to the pricing and dealer part. Moving on to the performance. Sorry, I have been seeing the wrong slide. Yeah, moving on to the dealer analysis. As you can see, the first of all, you see in the left quantity versus quantity. Like the most of the concentrated things are in Varanasi, but Lucknow is fewer dealers, but they generate most of the revenues. This proves an important thing that dealer productivity also matters. It's not like Varanasi has more dealers, we should just focus on Varanasi. If you see the chart of top 20 dealers, they reveal a very important thing that fewer dealers is giving the majority of the sales. This over-reliance is a significant business risk for AGROVON. But on a positive note, we found that top performing dealers exist in all three zones, Varanasi, Agra, and Lucknow. So this is a good thing. Moving on to Tejaswari.
Yeah. Hello everyone, I'm Tejaswari. Good afternoon to all the judges this is the plot of highest margin taking dealers with their names. So we can see that few dealers are taking more than 2.5%, but the overall sales are very less from them. On the other hand, there are a lot of dealers who are giving high value volume sales but are earning very low margins, almost equal to 0.1, 0.2. So this shows misaligned margins. So we can focus on this low margin taking dealers, and also coming to product margins, we can see that few products like Sampurna and PPL Bharat, Navratna, these are into soft sellers, but they are those products are taking more dealer margin. And for these inefficiencies, we can think of one solution, that is creating a tiered program. Basically, the current unstructured margins is inefficient and demotivating. So we need a standardized tiered program that rewards volume and performances, ensuring fairness and growth, and encouraging mid-tier, low margin dealers. And then here we can see the zone-wise average selling price and MRP rate. So Agra has the highest MRP but lowest sales. So it shows that there is uncompetitive pricing and need for consistent zonal strategies. And there is also over-reliance risk. So few dealers, like as we saw the previous clouds also, like Gupta Brothers, Rajaram and Agarwal traders, these are dominating in margins, creating high dependency for the agro.
Last 2 minutes.
And okay, so and there is also comparatively Lucknow is efficient. So here the strategy can be to reduce reliance on top dealers and empower mid-tier partners with fair margins and growth incentives. And then coming to value versus volume, fertilizer manufacturing products drive both the volume and revenue. And this comes from M-series and DAP. Retaining these will help. And hybrids, of course, presenting sales as that we can see in this plot. So T19 and MOP have higher IMRPs but weak sales. And nano products and soil conditioners have high potential. So we can focus on educating dealers and also promoting these. And there's of course one product is we are highly dependent on inventory with mixed soil. So now coming to the roadmap. First of all, our first phase is to select code. So the same retaining and incentivizing our top performing dealers. At the same time, we will standardize pricing and margin costing to reduce the costing. So by replicating the practices which we are doing for Lucknow and Alokit, we can build consistent and secure revenue. So the next step is unlocking high-value partners. The next focus is others. Despite being a high-value partner, it remains unpenetrated. So the strategy is to expand the dealer presence and aggressively push high-margin products. So the territory level training and Adventz can be transformed into profitable. And the third step is rebalance and scale. So the third phase is just inefficiency in buyers. The dealer network is wide but shallow. So we need to shift our focus from there to there. So this will be done by observing more mid to high margin products in volume in the market. And the fourth step is future growth and innovation.
Last 30 seconds.
Involves accelerating the adoption of nano products, introducing value-added soil conditioners, and leveraging the data-driven modeling of dealer and product performance. So this is the summary of the roadmap. So phase 2 can be done in 6 months, and phase 2 to 12. Phase 3 12 to 24 months, and phase 4 is 24 months. It's basically whatever we discussed, but in a detailed manner. And then coming to conclusion, so coming to zone-specific strategies, we can protect and maintain the leadership position of Lucknow as high priority zone and actively working to reduce dependency on it. And also we can prioritize unlocking the Agra's high-value under-penetrated market by expanding the dealer network, addressing uncompetitive pricing issues. And in Varanasi, we can improve profitability by shifting the focus from, as we already said, from breadth to depth. And we can optimize dealer network by implementing a dealer program to classify and manage profit partners, growth partners, and long-term sustainability. And we also should retain our dealers. Yes, so shall I continue or?
time out. You can go for conclusion. Or continue.
Yeah, this is the conclusion. Yeah, so yeah. And coming to product portfolio rebalancing, we can drive the adoption of premium high margin products like Sapurna, Navratna, PPM, Bharat, and in high value zones like Agra, where there is high potential. And also we can secure our core volume sales of fertilizer manufacturing products, and also scale up nano products and soil conditioners to build a foundation for future growth. And come to pricing and margin alignment, standardizing pricing and margin across all zones to reduce channel conflict and inconsistency, and introducing this already said tiered incentive linked margin system that rewards high volume sales and encourages healthier, more profitable product mix. This ensures that our dealers are not shifting to other competitors because of low and inconsistent margins. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Can you give me 3 suggestions from your overall presentation? What do you want to say?
Yeah.
3 things as a company we need to do.
Yeah. So as we can see in the conclusions, so we can focus on Agra, prioritizing its like there are less sales and there is high chance for it to expand. So we can focus there by expanding the dealer.
I have seen that. Only 3 things.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most important thing as a company we need to do? Forget the presentation and what you have said. Now the 3 things what do you want to suggest?
Okay, sir. We'll take a minute. We'll answer.
Yeah.
So we think the 3 main points are there is a lot of inconsistent dealers. So we can focus on mid-tier dealers. So there are around 500-ish dealers. So in fact, we can focus on mid-value, mid-tier dealers and try to give them incentives or increase their margins a bit, because as per the data set given to us, the margins of almost all except top few hundred or 50 is very low. So we can improve that a bit, but also make sure our revenue is not affected. And second point is to focus on the future nano products on that. There is in the long term there is growth in that. And then the third point can be to is more safe in our because it is like having large network, but we are providing much better sales.
I didn't got your third point. First, I think what I understand, first point you made that we have to spread the sales across the channel so that the number of dealer, revenue of mid-sized dealer can be increased. Number 1. And the second one, they increase the sales of nano product, new products.
Yeah.
Third one,
and of course retain our core.
Okay, retain the sales of key markets. Key markets and core markets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. All of you. I think think you have put a lot of lights on the overall business and given lot of suggestions. There are some data issues which I think I have already discussed with other teams. So overall it's okay, good effort. Thank you.
Thank you team Quantum Security IIT Madras for the interesting presentation.
Thank you to all the teams for their hard work and to our jury for their valuable time and guidance.
With this, we conclude Manthan, the data analysis competition, wishing all the participants the very best for their future endeavors. Thank you.
We have last event, which is prize distribution, and I would like to request everyone to gather in OD at 5 p.m. again for prize distribution. Thank you.
नमस्कार, आना सबके एग्रोवन 2025 में स्वागत है।
जय जवाहर, तोहर मन के एग्रोवन 2025 में स्वागत है।
नमस्ते, केम छो? आप सबनु एग्रोवन 2025 में हार्दिक स्वागत है।
नमस्ते, सारे एग्रोवन 2025 में सारे स्वागत है।
नमस्कार, एग्रोवन 2025 के हार्दिक स्वागत। नमस्कार, अग्रहण स्वागत।
लहान मंडळी, एग्रोवन 2025 मध्ये आपलं सहर्ष स्वागत आहे।
नमस्कार, आपण समर्थकू एग्रोवन 2025 रे स्वागत।
Sanksiyata, Sambil Agrovon 2025 का स्वागत है।
Indonesia, हमारे एग्रोवन 2025 में आपको घणो स्वागत है। पधारो।
வணக்கம், அனைவரையும் அக்ரோவான் 2025 இனிதே வரவேற்கிறோம்।
नमस्कार, हमारे एग्रोवन 2025 में आपका स्वागत है।
नमस्कार, एग्रोवन 2025 आपका देखो क्या लोग
सर्वग्राम हमारे एग्रोवन 2025 में તમારો હાર્દિક સ્વાગત છે।
रामलाल जी, हमारे एग्रोवन 2025 में हमारा बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। student at C.C.S NIAM, Jaipur, BGDM BBM batch 2024-26. Welcome to the vibrant Life at NIAM. As an agribusiness management student, our daily routine starts at 5 a.m. in the morning. Maybe 6 a.m. in the morning. Finally, it's 8 a.m. in the morning because here in India, no one wants to miss the wholesome breakfast.
Whether it is assignment, presentation, or just spending your knowledge, library is your good place.
Beyond academics, C.C.S NIAM offers dynamic campus life and sports facilities like futsal, badminton, table tennis, and many more.
Our vibrant sports culture shines through events like Spandan MCL, where team spirit and sportsmanship come alive.